now I would like to introduce Diane Williams, who you already know, but she is someone who I dearly respect and love like a sister. And she, as you know, started the Committee on Spirituality, Values, and Global Concerns in 2004. And she has continued on to develop and create the Source of Synergy Foundation. And so now, today, we are merging the two together to have this wonderful opportunity with you. So I'd like to ask Diane Williams to please come to the podium. Thank you.
First, I wanted to thank the Permanent Mission of Nigeria to the United Nations for hosting us in this beautiful, beautiful room, and all the people that worked on this program. Our co-sponsors, who I'll mention in a minute. But as Sharon said, I'm with the Evolutionary Leaders Circle, and we have many of our leaders here with us today. Some will be presenting. And I think we're all here because we're aware that humanity is indeed at a tipping point, and we have to do something. And the Secretary General recently was saying that we have no time to lose. And luckily, the good news is there's many, many people, all of you in this room, that are working towards change and working towards creating evolutionary solutions. And like I said, our Evolutionary Leaders Circle will be presenting some of those innovative change ideas, evolutionary solutions, which we're calling them. And the Committee on Spirituality, Values, and Global Concerns, Sharon just mentioned, there's many working groups on all different topic areas doing so many different things. And I know so many of you, it's great to see so many old friends here and new friends here, and I'm aware of all of your work, and I see Sister Joan back there that's been working at the UN for many, many years, and doing really awesome, awesome things. So we have, it's hopeful. It's a very hopeful time, I think, for all of us. And tomorrow is actually World Environment Day, and it's a time to reflect on what we each personally can do to protect the environment. And I just wanted to share a brief story. Yesterday, our Evolutionary Leaders Circle was at the United Nations, and Ramu Damodarian from the Department of Public Information told us a story, because he used to work closely with the Secretary General. And they were taking their motorcade out one day, and he was in one of the cars, and all the motorcade just stopped. And he thought, oh, the Secretary General, he saw him get out of the car, and he said he must have lost some important documents or something, because to stop the motorcade like this, it must be something really important. And they found out what was important was the Secretary General left the lights on in his bedroom, and he wanted to go back and shut off the lights. So to have that type of consciousness is, I think, a consciousness that we all strive to have. And tomorrow is World Environment Day, and I wanted to invite Jim Sniffen, our dear friend, who's retiring soon. We're going to miss him so much, from the United Nations Environmental Program, to talk about World Environment Day. So Jim, can you come up here for 1 minute? Thank you. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Diane, and thanks to Sharon and Deborah and all my friends in the audience that I have known for many years. I've been asked to talk about World Environment Day, which is tomorrow, but as we like to say, it's every day. I think the topic of your meetings yesterday and today are quite fitting. Transition, tipping points. The ambassador's remarks are extremely fitting as well. In fact, I'll have to shorten my speech a bit because he touched on a few things that I was about to talk about. But anyway, World Environment Day aims to be the biggest and most widely celebrated global day for positive action on the environment. Activities take place year-round, but they culminate tomorrow, June 5th. World Environment Day celebrations began with a recommendation of the 1972 UN Conference on the Human Environment, the same conference that called for the creation of my organization, the United Nations Environment Program, which is based in Nairobi, Kenya. Through the day, UNEP tries to personalize environmental issues and enable everyone to realize not only their responsibilities, but also their power to become agents for change in support of sustainable and equitable development. That spur to action may lie in fear and anger caused by industrial pollution and resource degradation, and an increasing public awareness that human activity is imperiling the Earth's life systems. But it may also be seen in the rising demand of people around the world for economic justice, due regard for human rights, and above all, a voice in way the world is ordered. Whether it is World Environment Day, or Earth Day, or any day in between, individuals can make a difference. As Ambassador Sarki outlined, such action is needed now more than ever. Whether it's the threat from extinction of species at a rate not seen since the era of the dinosaurs, or the uncontrolled greenhouse gas emissions, which have been increasing almost every year since 1990, and particularly with a landmark passed very recently of 400 parts per million of carbon concentration in the atmosphere. In addition, environmental contaminants in the air, water, on land are at record levels and increasing day by day. Human population growth and the pressure of unsustainable material consumption are intensifying, putting increasing pressure on the Earth's life-giving, life-supporting, and life-affirming systems. Meanwhile, there is a dangerous assumption that environmental concerns can be subordinated to economic goals. As some of you well know, we draw on nature to fuel our economic growth, to power our homes, to pollinate our crops, and filter our wastewater. Environmental integrity is not merely a dimension of development on par with economic and social concerns. It is a requisite condition. Ladies and gentlemen, let me shift a bit to this year's World Environment Day. Each year, UNEP chooses a theme for the day. Working with FAO, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, and others, we decided on this year's motto of think, eat, save, reduce your footprint, a motto that reflects perhaps one of the most emblematic examples of unsustainable development. At least 1/3 of all food grown and produced globally, particularly in the developed world, is lost or wasted from the farm to the fork. It is an ethical issue, given that 1 in 7 people go hungry every night. But it is also an economic and very much an environmental issue. Every catch of fish, basket of fruit, or loaf of bread lost or thrown away is a loss of soil, energy, water, fertilizer, and labor for food that's never eaten, let alone the loss of forests and biodiversity cleared for food that is never eaten. As we well know, a healthy and safe environment does not fare well where poverty and deprivation exist. It does not flourish where there is ignorance. On World Environment Day, let us celebrate success, let us address ignorance through reasoned discussion and scientific inquiry, but let us also consider carefully the actions each one of us must take in our common task of preserving the Earth's life support systems, systems upon which all species, including the one we represent, are so dependent. Thank you, and I hope that some of you can join us tomorrow at the UN for World Environment Day.